Hello everybody and welcome back to Transport Fever 2 and to yet another exciting episode, because now we are finally going for high-speed trains. Now, as we can see, Train Bolton Ripon Ripon already has one of these locomotives that are quite fast. Right, so this is one of the newer generations that we had, 1960. It is though now the year 1971, and we got a very new exciting one, and that is the BR103. And as we can see, it is not only twice as powerful, it also is almost twice as fast. It has 200 kilometers top speed. The heavy 6-axle electric locomotive for fast passenger traffic was long regarded as the flagship of the German railway. At that time, it was the most powerful one-piece locomotive in the world, and we want to use this, right? Because we got some very profitable long-distance train traveling, but what we don't have is high-speed tracks on these yet, and we've also unlocked the high-speed tracks now. There they are, high speed for, well, these locomotives, so that we can actually travel more than, I think, 140 kilometers an hour, something like this, and we definitely want to achieve that with our long-distance traveling. So let's do this. What I want to do is, first of all, from Ripon to, I think, Bolton, we have the one high-speed train that we have, and yeah, it's also extremely profitable for us. This is a very good passenger service that we have, and in that case, let's do it. What is happening here, though? I think we might actually have something. This one, yeah, cannot go through this one. All right, we do have a problem there. That is not a big deal though, because this construction train here is not really that profitable, and I wanted to cut it anyway, right? So we make it a bit shorter. And oh, this is not short enough yet. Ah, well, then we'll have to manage this again. Okay, this is a problem though. So we do need to make these tracks longer in the future. Now he can travel again, right? Because he wants to go this way here, back to Bolton. Huge problem that we have there, because the trains are getting so long. What I did not anticipate is these tracks here that need to go also a bit longer then. So in that case, we might want to make the curve then here, even though that will bring it down a bit, I think. What the hell. For now, it's working. Let's have the high-speed tracks. I really want to see how they look. And as we can see, they look a bit different, right? So they're, well, bright, that is. These are the darker ones. This is the high-speed tracks. So on these, you can travel much faster. Other than the color, I don't see much difference. Perhaps a different kind of steel that we have on them. And with that, I will have now to, once again, and hopefully for the last time, modernize my track system, because we already did this with the electrification, and now I have to do the whole thing once again with the tracks for the high-speed ones, only on the high-speed routes though, right? So I don't have to do that everywhere. For example, I don't need to do that for the oil delivery or something. So it's not as big as the electrification, I think. I hope so. Right, so let me just do this real quick on this whole route here. And there we have it, the first high-speed track that is going now all the way then up here to Bolton. What we might want to do in this line is that perhaps some curves are a bit too steep in the angle, so we do need to flatten it a bit, you know, make it more straight. Other than that, I think we should be fine. The only thing is, for example, here in Blackpool, that we would also need to upgrade the tracks in the station themselves as well. And what I really don't like about this is you cannot just upgrade it. At least I didn't find a solution to that. So we always need to get rid of the old tracks first, and then we need to replace it with the new ones. And every time we do that, well, the station gets reset. So all the people that waited here in the station, they're gone. The same with oil, for example. I did the same thing to an oil train station, and all the oil, like 300 gallons of oil, disappeared. This is really annoying, to say the least. So I would have wished there is an easier solution to that. But look at that, it looks really cool, these tracks. I love them. It looks very modern now with the bright color there as well. And we should do the same thing. I mean, I don't know if we really need to do it in the stations though, because the train is slowing down already anyway. I think it's only useful where they're passing through, where they don't even stop. But other than that, I don't think it's that necessary. Train Bolton Ripon now should work again. Could not connect all stations. Yes, there is a problem that happened with that now. And as we can see, here it is. It is so strange, the problems that you face when you upgrade your tracks. There are so many problems happening with it. Now it's working again, because for some reasons he's always switching the platforms. Even if I play on pause mode, he just switches it automatically, which should not be happening really. Makes the whole thing a lot of a hassle, but still, it's working now. So we got the high-speed tracks. The only thing that I would love now is, let's have a look. We're still in pause mode. Right, let's replace these locomotives here now with the new generation of high-speed one. BR 103.1, there we have it. Oh, actually I need to just do it like that. Right, so there we have it, the new locomotive. And as we can see, it's still excellent despite having so many wagons attached to it. So we might even make it a bit longer until it is good or almost good. And look at that. It's incredible how long these trains could be. I don't think that we need to make it that long though, right? So the top speed is 140 kilometers right now. If we, I don't know, it should actually be 200 then at some point. Right, so let's keep it like that. We have 210 people then that can actually go for it. And there we have it. Trains do not have a locomotive. No, that was a bug. Right, there it is, the new generation of trains that we have now on the high-speed tracks. So they should really ramp up their speed then at some point. For now, this one's traveling. It can carry 210 people on board. I think that is not even enough, because what I can see is that the train is already full. So it might be even full later on. Beautiful. Right, so these are really fast trains now. We could also make some super trains with that. So we could have 2 of these locomotives then attached to it with very long trains. And I think we're going with that as well at some point, once we have the huge city stem. Right, so there it is, coming in, the first high-speed train. Just look how long it is, it's incredible. Doesn't even fit in there, so we will also need to modify the station here, unfortunately. So we will need to make it larger or longer into this direction here. For that, we will need to get rid of that street, but it's worth it, absolutely, because what we can see is that, well, the city is building around the station anyway. Well, the train is full, and as we can see, 210 people. It's not able to go high speed all the time because of bridges, for example. So we'll need to make our own high speed train system then at some point, I guess. But it's fine for now. The bridge is the only concern that we had there. I wonder if we can actually have a get around there. And as we can see, it's going quite fast. I'm pretty sure that's faster than the previous one. And it's still full, so we still need to get more wagons attached to it, I think. Making some nice money there. Yep, and another thing that we have, some of you complained about this as well. I know here, for this station, for example, for Molten, we don't have a passage yet for those passengers. They can still go to the other platform, but it's just not looking good, you know. So in that case, what we might want to do here then, why is it stopping now? I cannot see where there is not a free path at the moment. This one here. Alright, so for that, we do have signals though, right? Nope, we still need more signals then. Here. So now it should be traveling again, and it does. Very good. There needs to be more signals though. Right, so that train is coming out. There is the regional train, which is making some good money there as well. And yeah, about the passageway, as we can see, there it is. There we have it, passenger underpass. And we can then add them, for example, here in the center of it. Oh, the other ones already have it. So only the last platform didn't have it. Now it's got it. There are 470 people waiting for Ripon. Incredible. And then we have 140 kilometers an hour. I don't know why it's not faster than this though. So 140, it should go up to 200. We have the high speed. It's almost straight. That is pretty fast now. Beautiful. But still not fast enough. Oh, fantastic. Absolutely loving how this looks as it goes into the station. With 100 kilometers an hour, it actually goes into the station there. And of course, with that speed, there should be also a nice profit, even for a Blackpool, that small village here that we have. Even then, we have that much income, that 1.3 million. It's incredible, really. And I'm so looking forward to the future of these high-speed trains because it just absolutely looks incredible to me. Now, we still are not finished yet with modernizing once again because we also got some new planes. We do have the de Havilland Comet still in action, though we do have a new plane for that, a more modern version of it. And that is the... where is it? Where's my passenger? There it is, the Boeing 737 that we have now. It can carry not that many more people, but it's faster, and it actually is almost equal when it comes to maintenance, just a more modern version of it, right? And I'm going with the neutral one. We do have the Lufthansa here as well, which is because of a mod, but in that case, this is fine. And the de Havilland Comet, it's just too insecure for my people, you know, it's just safety records are horrible for it. So let's rather go with the more modern version now, the Boeing 737. A really small jet that we have there, but fast at that. Beautiful. Just look at how it... absolutely fantastic, the whole thing. Right, and also those planes are making a good amount of money. Now, traffic for the air is still not really high though, because we only have one passenger line, one cargo line, and as we can see, there's not that much going on here at the airport of Bolton, for example, and I definitely want to do something about that. We do need to have more airports. Now, we do have Alveston, which is nice because it's far away and it is actually a smaller town of 400. It's not that small anymore. So I would like to have an airport for that, and for Yarmouth as well, most likely, right? Sleepy Hollow has one. Yarmouth definitely needs one as well. Alveston, oh wait a second, Yarmouth I think, oh that's 900 people. Yeah, Yarmouth has 900 people. One of the biggest towns at the moment. I think Sleepy Hollow 700 is smaller than that. There we have a list of all the... Yeah, Yarmouth is the biggest city at the moment, with a growth of 250. Now for that, we do need a new airport, obviously, for Bolton then. So I want to have a new air traffic then for Bolton as well. We do need a passenger airport, and as you can see, it's just so huge. It's incredible, really. I have no idea where I should place these airports then. We do have a street that I don't need here, really, so I could have the airport just along the river, if I want to, like this. And then just have, for example, a train or tram system going to that, right? We could make it like that, even though we do have the mountains here. Making it like this would also make a lot of sense. Nope, there is a huge mountain here. This is not possible. Alright, so the first thing that I did was I'm getting rid of these industries here, right? I'm never going to use them anyway, and it saves a lot of space, as we can see. And now we do have a bit of space here for another beautiful passenger airport, and this is, well, at least in my opinion, the only real location that we have for it, because then we have the huge mountains. It would be horrible for those planes to launch towards the mountains or land towards it. So this is the only option that I see here, right? So they can land on that side, and plus I think for noise pollution it's also a better option. Plus the city has still lots of room to grow towards the airport. That is important. And boom, there we have it. Yarmouth Airport is activated. So all it needs now really is, once again, a tram or something similar going towards it. These airports unfortunately are not that big yet because we don't have that much air travel, but I'm about to change that. Wait a second, we do need a bit of curvature there. That is looking better. And there we have the connection for it. And the only thing that we now need is some tram tools, right? Going right into the city center, passing the main station train again. So what I really like then is that we kind of like connect all the cities, so they all have a means of transportation. For example, from Moulton you can now go to, or from to Yarmouth, and from there with plane, for example, to Bolton. Something similar. That should speed up the whole progress then as well. Let's just see, we do already have a tram system here. So it's not a airport line only anymore in this case. And then we still need to have some stations. So it starts up here, goes right into the city center, passes the station where we already have some stations. Perhaps here then, another station, here outside, and then goes right to the airport. Righto, that should actually be it. We have a tram depot here already, and this is, I think, tram Yarmouth 2. Should already have one. In fact, we already have 2 tram lines here, so this needs to be Yarmouth 3 to actually work. Right, and then we start, oops, not with a new line, this way. You start here at the airport, go right to the city center, passing the station, through this, back again, the whole thing. Righto, there we got a new one. We only need now from the depot some new trams. We don't have really any new trams so far. This is the only thing, and I think 3 trams should be fine, even though, you know, they're not making that much money, these trams. They're among the lowest profitable lines, but it's a small loss or small profit only. You know, the real profit comes in from planes and trains and stuff like that, but not from trams. This is really just a nice bonus, so people can get to the planes where they're paying much more than. So the trams is just a means to an end, just something that I'm using. Now we do have the Yarmouth Airport, very good. And the only thing that we need now is actually a new plane line. From Yarmouth Airport to Bolton. Up here. To make Bolton a bit more busy. Right, because I think Bolton is going to be my major airport for everything. I mean, we could also make a major airport there in Molten. Molten is already pretty growing because of the trains. Who knows about that? It would be central, right? But for planes, it doesn't make that much of a difference. There we have it. So this is Air Bolton Yarmouth. And all we need now is some new planes. And yeah, let's say Lufthansa, right? Why not? Let's have 2 for them. That is Bolton Yarmouth. And there they're coming out. The first Lufthansa jets that we have. Beautiful. And it's going to be really interesting how these planes are then connecting with each other. So if people actually fly to Bolton and then to Sleepy Hollow, who knows how they're doing it, right? But everything is working now. This just needs to grow. What we could also do is we could have a smaller line from Yarmouth to Sleepy Hollow, connecting this as well. This is something that... Oops, nope, not Church Lane. There we have it. Oh, it's actually Church Lane. Alright, fine. And then we got Yarmouth Sleepy. And there's only going to be 1 plane really on this one. Right, and let's just see. We only have really these 2 options here. And there we have this plane coming out now too. I want to make these airports busy. I want to connect them more to it, right? This is another airport. What we can still... Yeah, I really could think about Molten, to be honest, because it's such a big center here already. Who needs the mountain there anyway, right? We might actually just squeeze in. No, that is not possible. Even though it might actually work. But it would look very strange. Now, Molten... In Ripon, I just don't have the space for it. I could get rid of the oil refinery here. Actually, let's do this because we don't need it anyway. It's just in the way there. And I don't like to have industry so close to the cities. Having an airport here would work, but no. Alveston still needs one. Right, and for Alveston, I think we're going with a small airport for now, or should I go with the big one right away? I could have it then just here on the outside. Oh, and Alveston needs food. That is interesting, because we have the food transportation already working, and I think it's one of the most profitable lines that I have. There we have it. Yep, 13 million it makes me. The air food to Sleepy Hollow. 13 million. It is the most profitable line that I have. And we don't even, you know, deliver the food, or we don't even have the food right here, so it's being delivered by trucks as well. And it's still that profitable. So who knows what we could make out of this one even more. And let's just look at my food. Oh. To the airport there is food waiting. Oh, Nelson and Rockdale. Both of them are pretty high up there. Or Rochdale. I think it's Rockdale. And 112 food. We might actually use this for trains, to be honest. because we would have the system here now. Yeah. Oh, wait a second. No, the problem here is then that we do not have... Oh, actually we do. The station is connected to the food district. It might work. It might just work that we do also have a train for the food delivering. Yep, that might actually work. Another thing I really would like to do then as well is the food transportation to Alveston, right? So the truck should then automatically bring the food for Sleepy Hollow and Alveston, so I don't need to do anything else there. We only really need an airport for it. Where should we have it? I think it would make more sense here, because it's further away from the city here. Yeah, the planes would have to travel. No, actually they could circumvent the whole thing. Having the airport here just at the... Yeah, because the planes would have to travel around the city anyway for landing and stuff like that. Even though we do have high mountains there as well. Oh god, yeah, what I can see is that we do have lots of mountains. I think this is better then. Yeah, and we already have a street connection for it as well. I think this works better. And there we have it. 25 million it cost me, but it should be fine. And then we're going with, once again, a street. And I think for this we're going to make a country road. There we got the connection, very good. And then we have a connection with Alveston, which is all we need really. And now Alveston, we can actually deliver some food to it and it will grow even faster. This was a small town, remember, and it's already growing at 240%. So in that regard, having now the food delivery here then as well will be amazing. But it's going to be a bit more complicated. We'll need a tram system, we'll need a bus system. Let's do this. Trams first. Tram starting with a depot. Once again, we don't have a tram line in Alveston yet. Nope. Then we have the tram line. I think the tram line will actually start here at the end. Goes right by the station through the city center. Or it starts up here. This would make more sense, right? We could take more into account then. Yeah. Through the city center and then to the airport. Right, that would be a tram. We could actually have a second tram line here, going from this end there to the other. Alright, there we have now 2 trams actually that we can make here. Let's start the line for that. So this is going to be a new tram line for Alveston, starting here, goes then through the center, takes a little turn here, and goes then to this district there, right, so that we have both districts there. Of course, in the beginning, once again, it won't make that much profit, but still, at least something. Alveston 1. And then we're going to have a second one that goes from out here, School Lane, through the center to the airport. And back again. And this is tram Alveston 2. Now, what we still need is the food transportation from the airport then to Alveston. For that, we'll need a truck station. And the truck station will be very close to the airport then as well, even though this way we don't... Yeah, we still need a cargo hangar as well. Right, so let's configure the airport real quick. We have the passenger, and then we have the cargo there as well. Let's just switch it. Let's get rid of that and have a second passenger terminal for the future, if we need it ever. And then we're going to have the hangar and then the cargo terminal, right? I don't think this airport will be much bigger than this. And now we can place the depot. The depot will place just here beside the cargo. And then the street goes to the country road there. This should work. And it doesn't. Why does it not work? Because it seems to me that it's too far away from this main terminal there, right? This is a problem. Alright, so just in the forest here. I like to have that forest, but it's gone now, or at least partly gone. And now we have a connection, but it really needs to be that close to this building here, to the main building, and not to the cargo, for example, which is a pity. I would have hoped that this works, but it doesn't. Now we have the food here, and we only need really a food drop-off location then in the city. So we do have this truck unload stop, and as we can see, all the food is waiting in this district. So we might just have, yep, one central stop for all of them in this area, and the trucks will then deliver the food. This should work nicely. The only thing that we need now is a road depot. There it is, and let's have the road depot a bit further away. I don't like to have these depots so close to the city, taking away a bit of space there. And all we need now is a new line for the buses. And this is going to be from here, from Alveston Annex to the drop-off location, right? And they're waiting until half full. Otherwise they would just travel. This is truck, food, Alveston. Alright, there we have that. And actually, now we only need to make this work by having the new trucks. We also have some new trucks available to us. So this would be the 1965 version. Then we got the 1967 version that can actually transport everything. It is a bit faster. No, it's way more powerful. Oh, actually not. Alright, no idea what the difference here is. This is a Japan-made car, and this is a man vehicle there. Let's use this one. And I think 3 trucks will be fine on this one. This is truck, food, Alveston. There we have it. And then we still need the trams. And let's start with 4 trams. Oh, actually, tram, Alveston 1. And yeah, 3 on Alveston 2. Righto. There we get this. This will of course increase the growth of Alveston there quite significantly once again. And the only thing that we need to do now really is having a new line for planes. Actually 2 new lines for planes, because we have one cargo from Alveston Airport. No, actually not from Alveston Airport, but from Bolton Airport cargo to Alveston Airport cargo. Right, and this is going to be food. So this is air, food 2. Food 2 is okay because we're not going to have that many air lines for food anyway, and I can see right away what it is anyway. And now we just need the cargo for it. So I'm going with 2 cargo planes for now. I hope I don't need more than that. This is the cargo, and then we have once again the Boeing 737, even though there is a much better one. Is it better? Lockheed Hercules. It's much slower, but it can carry 4 more per turn. But let's go with the Boeing 737. I just love that one. And this is food 2. So from now on, everything kicks in, you know, so the food processing plant will now start producing food for Alveston as well. And the trucks will then have to deliver it to the airport. So this will here should double now. And since I can already see that there is not enough trucks for this line, and plane transportation is absolutely important, let's have a few more road vehicles here for the airport. So this will be truck, food, airport. Right, so they're coming out now, delivering then even more food to the airport, which is necessary. And here we can, do we have the trucks now? Yeah, the trucks are now then waiting here at Alveston as well. And Alveston still needs one more thing, and that is a new line for passengers from Alveston. There's the autosave again, so this means all the time that the game pauses for this moment. Alveston Airport to Bolton Airport. Right, and this is going to be air, well, Alveston Bolton. Let's call it that. Right, it's only 1 aircraft for the moment because I want to see how big demand really is. And once it's high enough, we can add more aircrafts then to the whole thing. And it's going to be a Boeing 737, obviously our main aircraft vehicle at the moment. And there it's coming out, a new beautiful plane. Lots of stuff has been done now. So the cities will grow even faster than that. And we're coming close to the 80s now. Interesting times. Stay tuned.